Good afternoon. 2 weeks ago, we brewed up a beer. And today, my son Keith and I are going to go ahead and bottle it up. So you can see the step-by-step procedures we go through when we bottle our beer. But first, look at that homebrew. Awesome. Man, that's good. And you'll have the same results too. We're going to show you the step-by-step procedures we go through as we bottle our beer. Thanks for joining us, and we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, here's our first step, and that's to get our priming sugar ready. You don't want to put your beer in the bottle without any priming sugar in it. Okay, you want to use at least 3/4 of a cup. Best thing to use is corn sugar. Okay, so you can read it. Corn sugar is the best thing to use. You can use honey or malt, but you can use to be a little better. Try not to use regular plain cane sugar. Okay, you can deliver off flavors. Now, as far as the amount, I like using about a cup, just almost. Okay, now you're going to pour it here into your about less than an inch of water. Turn the heat on. You want to melt it. And we'll let this heat up and melt while we get ready. But this is our first step in getting ready for bottling your beer. Okay, here's our next step. We're going to clean and sterilize our bottling bucket. You can tell it's a bottling bucket because, of course, it has the stem on it right here. Now, there's a couple of things you can do. Make sure it's already clean, but we're going to sterilize it. There's a couple of things you can use. I like either using PBW or iodophor. Iodophor is like the active ingredient from iodine. So what we're going to do is put a little bit of water in here. I'm going to put a teaspoon in here. And I'm going to use a clean rag. Now don't grab one off the sink that's been there already. Use something that's clean. Using warm water. Wash it out. Make sure you run it through the spigot. Good. This is a no rinse wash. You don't need to rinse out afterwards. And now we're ready to go ahead and rack. Okay, here's our next step. What we're going to do is open this up and rack it out into our clean bottling bucket. Ooh, that smells good. This is our racking cane. Hold on a second. I'm going to move the camera so you can look inside here a little bit. Okay. As you can see, the beer is done. Again, the recipe for this is Bluebell. What you see around the edges is hops, the residue from the hops. I told you I was just going to leave it in there loose, and that's fine, I promise you. That's all that's floating around in there, little suds. And now we're going to go ahead and siphon it out and bottle. Okay, now we have our racking cane here and our hose. Put this down inside here. Love this thing. There you go. No, there you go. Now it's siphoning over. Make sure your valve is closed. And now it's going to siphon. Now I'm going to go ahead and pour in the priming sugar. Remember that? I have it here. Carefully down the side. We're not going to try and splash this around. Okay, good. Now it's going to mix in as it's filling up. Good. See, everything else is going to stay behind. Alright, we're getting lower now. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but we're about right here. We're going to have some sediment, so we're going to try to be careful with our racking cane. And if we get a little bit in there, it's not a big deal, but we're going to tilt as we're siphoning. And you'll be able to see the sediments as you're doing this. We want to get as much as we can. Again, if you get a little sediments, it's not that big of a deal, I promise you. And there it is. Good. Now we're going to set up for our bottling situation. Okay? Okay, here we go. We got our bottles ready. I'm going to make a separate video on bottles and sterilizing. The 6-packs and there's some empty water boxes. Coincidentally, they fit the 6-packs fit right in there perfect. There's our capper. Our caps are ready to go. And here's my beer. I already got the priming sugar in it. We connected our hose with our filler. I'm going to show you the first bottle. He's going to push down. And as it reaches the top, that's when you know it's full. It's perfect level. There you go. Perfect. There he goes. He's going to fill a couple more so you can see. Fills right. When it reaches the top, that's the perfect level, because when you pull the stem out, it'll be the proper size. There you go. Just about an inch left in the top of the bottle, which is perfect. And it's just the easiest to do this on the floor. You set your bottling bucket on the edge of the table, put a towel down, and fill up your bottles. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to show you about the capping. Put the cap on top like that. You're going to put it down cleanly and firmly. Don't be trying to crush it, but you don't want to be too loose either. It's not difficult. You're going to be needing anywhere from 54 bottles per batch. Okay? And one by one. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you're done, you want to take a marker and put a letter code on each one. Write down and remember the letter codes on top of the cap. You can have specialized caps made, but these are the best. I like them because then you can put the letter code on here to show you what it is. Like on this one here, I'm going to put a double B for, because remember, this is the recipe for this is Bluebell. Alright? Okay, we're getting down to the last few bottles. Almost out. Those are all full down there. Tree's about empty. Look at the last ones. Okay, we're done now. Finished our bottling process and we ended up with 52 bottles of beer. Not bad, and for a great price. And in my opinion, much higher quality you're going to buy from the store. Next video we're going to be doing is one on mead. So stay tuned. It's going to be very exciting and very delicious. So, as always, thanks for watching.